YouTube channel. Today we're going to demonstrate Hawkeye doing an investigation of a Kubernetes pod that is in a crash loop back off because of a out of memory condition. So first, let's introduce Hawkeye briefly. It's a AI agent that can connect to all your different observability tools and provide a automated incident investigation so that you can shrink your mean time to resolution and stop doing busy work and sifting through logs and traces and metrics in problem solving. So what you're looking at here is the project home screen where I have all my different incident alerts showing. Recent investigations on the right have alerts that were investigated, and on the left are incidents and alerts that were not investigated. We have the ability to filter what gets investigated based on priorities. So let's go consult one of these past investigations. What you'll see when you first go into an investigation is the summary that provides the root cause analysis. So here I have a pod crash loop back off due to memory exhaustion in EKS cluster. It states my facts. The pod is Matilda. It's in the NeuBird Matilda namespace, and it crashed because of a out of memory kill. So we have the incident description, timeline of events, the evidence, and the root cause. Along with this, we also have a corrective action here. We're recommending the definition of the pod be changed to add these memory limits to satisfy the requirement of this application. There's an additional monitoring that's recommended here. So a pod monitor for this Matilda app, and then a memory limit alert also recommended, a Prometheus rule to monitor the memory usage on this pod. Now, how did Hawkeye arrive at these conclusions? As an SRE, I'm most likely going to want to know this, and I can consult the full reasoning process of Hawkeye. So here we see the actual incident that was used to launch the investigation, and these are what we call prompt cycles. So each prompt cycle is basically a question and the associated analyses that resulted from a chain of thought process. The chain of thought is a series of questions that get answered by the LLMs writing programs to access your telemetry. So here we can see that the LLM decided to access these different data sources. So we see mostly metrics here, but also logs, and we could also consult configuration data sources. So in this case, we zeroed in on the out of memory issue by asking first, what is the current status of restart count, then the container termination events on the pod, which we got from this metric here, container out of memory events total, and by looking at the logs. And then eventually we asked what the CPU and memory utilization were. And all of these metrics I can go and verify by running queries on my Prometheus. Now, as an SRE, I might review this and decide I want to ask a follow-up question. In fact, Hawkeye can ask itself follow-up questions and automatically start responding to those questions based on settings of how much time you want Hawkeye to spend on any individual investigation automatically. As a user, I can submit my question. So here we asked, can you show me the memory utilization pattern and specific timestamps when it exceeds 150% threshold for the pod in question? And this launched another round of analyses where another chain of thought was leveraged and new programs were generated to access this telemetry from our data virtualization layer that is very unique to NeuBird in order to analyze the root cause of the issue and to answer this question. So this is the process by which Hawkeye can peel the onion and go from an alert down to a root cause and recommended remediation steps. Hopefully you found this useful, and we would love to show you how Hawkeye can do much more in your environment, which, like most of our customers, are more complex than these simple demos can show.